The Rowan University football team enters the 2018 season with a multitude of returning talent, which has brought along a fresh attitude and competitiveness, which has ramped up preseason practices to a new level. Last fall, the team had its first sub-500 finish since 2007, going 4-6. Following that losing season in 2007, the Profs went 8-2, and head coach Jay Accorsi says in order to have a repeat of that success, it all starts with team chemistry.
I think a lot of the players were, really upset about how last year went. We were really close in most of the games. Our conference is very competitive, but I think they were all extremely disappointed. I know the coaches were, I know the players were, and I thought, we just all made a commitment that we were going to try to do much better than what we did. And I think it started in the spring, really. And I think the cohesiveness and the hard work and the competitiveness really started in the spring, and now it's kind of permeated into training camp with the new players. And I think it's just a new commitment to be better than what we were last year and try to strive to be the best we can be.
Those unfamiliar with Rowan football will quickly find it's hard-nosed on both sides of the ball. Its tough defense and run-heavy attack have been the MO in Glassboro for quite some time. John Mannion and Anthony DiOrio will get a majority of the touches in the backfield this season for the Profs, which averaged just over 100 yards rushing per game in 2017. Mannion is more a shifty runner and will be the Profs' primary returner on kickoffs, while DiOrio is more physical with a bowl-you-over type mentality. Rowan will also rely on Messiah Devine and Carlton Coleman to take touches. That way, no running back gets overworked early in the season. If they are to pick up yards and keep the clock running, they will have to rely on an offensive line which has a good mix of experience and younger talent heading into the season. Brandon Williams, Marcidius Jamison, and Pat McGowan will be the upperclassmen and leaders of the O-line, while sophomores Colin O'Hare, Jake Stillings, Matt Malamed, and Scott Dunscombe will get the starts at their respective positions.
So I think we have more players at that spot at the offensive line that we can play a lot of different ones at different pieces and different times. We're physical, we're more experienced. I think we're just as big as we were last year, but again, I think there's a lot of pieces and a lot of different things we can do to put them together.
In order to become a contender in the nationally recognized NJAC, the Profs are going to need to improve on the offensive front. It's no surprise the biggest competition in preseason has been at the quarterback position. Sophomore Riley Giles will get the start against Widener as he brings a good mix of pocket and scramble passer mentality to the table. He'll have good experience to choose from at wide receiver, with transfer Elijah Rem being the top wideout in preseason. Mark Woodard, Nick Grosso, and freshman John Maldonado will also be options, along with tight end Cody Madden.
Riley Giles and Nick Kuzi kind of leapfrogged the returners that had played a lot for us last year in the spring. Nick transferred in. Riley was in the program. They really did a great job in the spring and kind of leapfrogged the other guys that were there that had played, and that's how it's panned out right now. Riley's a little bit ahead of Nick just because he's been in the system.
There's no question the defense will be more stout this fall as it returns a majority of its roster. Nick Fromhold, David Gatorowitz, and Eddie Hamilton are the big returners on the D-line in 2018. The big star on that side of the ball will be Kevin Stokes, as he will be looked at to penetrate and cause a ruckus in the opposing backfield. The senior led the team with 18.5 tackles for a loss, 6.5 sacks, and 3 block kicks in 2017. Godwin Asmoa is another key returner on the defensive side of things in 2018. The senior was second on the team with 46 tackles a year ago. He added 1 interception and forced a fumble, and will be the leader of a strong linebacker core. The position also welcomes back Chris Henchy, who will be another difference maker on the field for the Rowan Profs.
So with 4 senior linebackers now, you have a lot of ability to move a lot of pieces around. So I think that'll help. So on the front end, we're going to be more experienced, more physical, which I think will help on the back end a little bit.
The defensive backs are a well-seasoned group for Coach Accorsi, with the likes of Travell Curry, Nate Lanier, Joe DeBari, Malachi Winters, and Cameron Kennedy forming the last line for the Brown and Gold. The special teams competition is also a hot one in Glassboro, with the graduation of 4-year kicker Tyler Knighton. Sophomores Christian Ireland and Hunter Lackthaler are vying for the punter job, while sophomore Alec Boyko and freshmen Ethan McCarron and Anthony Tagano have been equally impressive in the field goal kicking department.
Again, I think we got to get out to an early start like we did, but as we get into conference play like we do, I think we just got to try to stay healthy. But I think as coaches, we got to try to play more players to try to keep us more healthy. And I think we're going to have the ability to do that at a lot of different spots this year.
The season kicks off August 30th with the annual Battle of the Bridge at Widener. Game time is 7:37 p.m. The Profs' home opener is against William Patterson on September 15th with a fireworks display 20 minutes after final whistle.